Hi everybody, my name is Dennis and welcome back to another album review. Today we're reviewing the latest record from the punk rock group Pup entitled Morbid Stuff. I was really excited for this album going into it. I loved some of the singles that they had been putting out, teasing the album, and it seemed like it was going to be something really great. And I wasn't disappointed at all. I loved almost every single track on this thing. It is such a fun, energetic, powerful listen all the way through. The guitars are raging and phenomenal and just so beautiful to listen to. The riffs are so well executed. The drumming is perfect. I mean, just everything that goes into this is so great. The vocals are consistently really amazing. And the lyrics are pretty solid too, with many of the themes of this album revolving around depression and loneliness and worry about the future and failures in relationships being both a cause and effect of many of these things. Where the opening track, Morbid Stuff, which also is the title track, just kind of goes over some morbid stuff that goes through his head, some dark thoughts that he has, some more depressing, deep down ideas that he wants to stifle. And as we go into the song Kids, he is reflecting on how he still loves another person, yet this person doesn't love him back, or isn't showing that love, or is no longer showing that love back. And it's really eating at him because he finds himself not really caring about anything else, and now that that person's gone, he's almost just not caring about anything at all. Then the song Free at Last, which has this almost some double meanings to it that I think are pretty interesting. I really love the hook on this song where it talks about just because you're sad again doesn't make you special at all. Just because you're sad again doesn't make you special at all. And this and so many and the other songs I mentioned and so many songs on here, I'm just going to give it the blanket statement again that the guitars are absolutely phenomenal. I don't want to repeat myself over and over again because pretty much every single song on here has some really beautiful, raging, amazing guitar riffs that are just so infectious, make you bang your head, and they're almost all done in a really interesting, unique, and fun way that has its own unique sound that I really enjoy. And I'm just gonna go through some of the more themes that are through the album lyrically, where Free Last is almost like it could be either his significant other telling him that his sadness isn't making him special and almost putting down his own feelings, which would play into the previous song on the album, and I'll get into later, could contribute to his feelings in the next song, See You at Your Funeral. Or it could be him commenting on people who fake having depression or try to have depression or show symptoms of it just to get more attention. They want to be sad just so they can feel special, so they can feel needed and wanted. And he's saying being sad doesn't make you special at all, and if anything, it makes you less because you can't do the things that make you special because you just don't have the mental, emotional, or even physical capacity to because of what you're feeling. And it's a really hard pill to swallow, but it's a really important one that I think a lot of people should definitely take some time to think about. Like I was saying earlier, going to the next song, See You at Your Funeral, where he's clearly gotten over the person he was upset with and presents this much more spiteful track that I just love the anger that's put into it. It's really enjoyable all the way through. He gives a great vocal performance on here, and it's just pretty much just wishing ill will on the person who hurt him. It's fun, it's energetic, it's angry, and I love it. Then the next song, Scorpion Hill, I've definitely needed a few listens to grow on me. I didn't really care for the intro and one of the closing lines on the album where the vocals seem kind of distant and awkward, but as I listened to it more, I began to enjoy it more. And on top of that, the verses are absolutely gorgeous. He gives probably one of, if not his best vocal performance on here. I absolutely adore it, and I love a lot of the messages that go behind it as well, where he's often talking about just the struggles that he's facing in life. For example, he talks about, well, if I can barely support the two of us, how am I supposed to support a third? Where he's implying an unwanted pregnancy and the struggle that this is going to have on him and his significant other's relationship and financial situation. I think this is a really heartfelt and really interesting track that, especially the intro and the towards the end where he uses the same flow and style again, it did really grow on me quite a bit, and I enjoy it quite a bit more now. I also liked the lyrics of the song Closure, even if I thought the instrumental was lacking a bit. Not even necessarily lacking, just wasn't all that distinct, especially when compared to all the other songs on the album, where we have all these really unique vocals and just really punchy, really hard-hitting chord progressions. And even though this one has some nice guitars as well, it just isn't quite as hard-hitting for me, even though I do enjoy the lyrics talking about trying to overcome experiences with death and just looking for some sort of closure, not even necessarily just wanting to have them back or not necessarily wanting the pain to be gone, but just looking for a way to accept it, a way to just be okay with what's going on and just being able to move on. I did really enjoy the song Bloody Mary, Kate and Ashley, where this had a really fun chorus. The "Are you really fake?" is just really, really fun. I love the energy that it brings to the table. That is really unlike anything else on this album. And that's really just what makes it so fun. The lyrics, at least what I can glean, are mostly about just the game Bloody Mary, where you say Bloody Mary 3 times in front of a bathroom window, or a bathroom mirror, where, there might be some more deeper, really hidden symbology used throughout, and I didn't really pick up on it if that's the case, but I love the way this song goes. I love the chord progressions, and that chorus is just so fun. I love it. I also really enjoyed the song Sibling Rivalry, where he talks a lot about his sister and their going to camp every year as they did, where he just describes the camp and all the competitive spirit, whether it be to an unhealthy degree at times, just the rivalry that they would have and the effect that it had on their relationship. I thought it was a really nice track that I enjoyed quite a bit. And after that, I absolutely could not get enough of the song Full Blown Meltdown. The song is so heavy, it's so aggressive, it's so just the chugging guitars, the screaming vocals, mixed with the more traditional vocals that he brings on many of the other tracks on here, are just all blended together to make this beautifully heart-racing banger of a track that the lyrics just have this really vivid, descriptive imagery that I just love, where it just portrays him as just breaking down into an absolute insanity at times, and I just can't get enough of it. It's great. I love the hard-hitting everything that this song has to offer. It's so beautifully punchy and so just addictively aggressive and angry, and I just can't get enough of it. It's so well done. I love everything this track has to offer. And honestly, I'm not that big of a metalhead either. Maybe some lighter metals, maybe just some regular metal, but like when it gets into more of the death metal or sludge metal kind of thing, I struggle to enjoy it as much personally, but something about this song just really just got my heart going, got my blood racing, and I just could not get enough of it. I absolutely adored this track. Full Blown Meltdown, absolute banger. I think a lot of that just has to do with the vocals. You don't have those vocals that you get with a lot of death metal songs that I just don't personally care for, and that's not really against the genre, that's just a personal taste issue. From there, the song Bare Hands was alright. I wish there was a bit more heavier guitars, maybe just more of a significant presence of guitars in general. It felt a bit lackluster and a bit stripped back, and I would have liked some more punchy sounds incorporated throughout the song. And I'm going to sound hypocritical because for the exact same thing that I just criticized Bare Hands for, I actually really enjoyed the song City for, which closed out the album in this really soft yet elegant way where, oh, okay, the second half isn't soft nor is it elegant, but the first half is very smooth, very low-key, very stripped back, but not in a way that makes it feel underproduced, but in a way that makes it feel emotional, and you can really feel the burden that he's taking in on himself, both in his mind and in his heart, where this city just has so much pressure on him. But then, as the song slowly builds up into this epic guitar riff, where this just powerful, just hard-hitting solo comes into play that I just love. It's so aggressive, it's so dirty, it's so grimy, and I just love it. It's amazing. It's so well done. I mean, the guitarist from Pup just did an absolutely magnificent job on virtually every single song on here, and City's no exception. It ends the album with a bang, and I really enjoyed this song as well. I could see why someone might not enjoy it because the mixing can get a bit muddled towards the end, especially during those very heavy, powerful guitars, but I don't think it's really all that horrible. I think the vocals could be a bit louder at times, but I do really love that guitar. I do really love what this song is saying, and it ends up being a really great song for me. So all that being said, this is an amazing album that, if anything, exceeded my expectations, and I was really looking forward to this. I thought it was going to be great, and I was not disappointed by any means. Aside from just a couple of tracks, everything on here is so amazingly done. Definitely check it out. Great punk rock band. Great punk rock album. One of the best I've heard in a while. I'm feeling a strong 8. Definitely be sure to check it out. Great album. Great album. Great album. Listen to it, please. But with that being said, tell me what you thought of the album if you listened to it. Be sure to tell me how wrong my opinion is, as always, and I'll see you in the next review.